Welcome, everybody, to the VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I am joined by my co-caster, Captain Fabulous. Cap, we are moments away from jumping into our first round between Jjjosie and Monty. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really, really well. And this is a game that I am incredibly excited to watch. MontyBann has been playing more than any other person in Blaston. The only person who comes close is me, and he's much better than me. Since the free-to-play update. And really, he is getting really, really good. And if you remember last August, I said that I thought he'd be the next new player to win a tournament, so the player that hadn't won one before.
Yeah.
And I'm just bringing that up because I like to throw it in people's faces when I think I'm right.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting matchup. We do have both players in the lobby, so let's take a look at our loadouts for the day. On the left is Jjjosie, on the right is Monty. The Raptor Ellipse, Viper Ellipse, Hammer Nade, Aegis Shield combo. Pretty standard stuff from Josie. And over on Monty, we have Nova Nade, Aegis Shield, Hammer Nade, Luma, Raptor Ellipse. What are your thoughts on these loadouts as I go ahead and give the players the ready so they can start to get to dive into round one here?
I think we have to wait a bit longer.
Yeah, we will.
But I'm very honest. If you'd asked me before we saw the loadouts, I would have said I think Jjosie's going to come in with Luma Novanade. And I don't know what Monty's going to bring. But the reverse happened. Jjjosie brought something new, and Monty seems to have gone fairly meta-heavy by bringing that Luma and Novanade. So I think Monty's build is better for the meta. But
right, you get that.
The one thing I'd say...
Oh, interesting. You think Monty's is... when I look at Jjosie's, I kind of feel like I see a familiar face of that kind of bullet hell style combined with the Viper, trying to thread those high power shots through the zoning bullet hell, and then you have the Aegis shield to maybe get rid of some Novas or hammer nades or hammer shots coming down at the top, hammer ellipses coming at the top from you.
Well, I'm not saying I think Monty's going to win this. The reason I'm really excited for this game is because I want to see how Monty does against one of the greats in tournament settings. Yeah. But in terms of the current meta, the meta has shifted since the free-to-play update with the movement changes.
Right.
It very much does seem to be more of a distraction-based meta. That Novanade 1 is so lethal. The fast Novanade is a reduction in damage by around 33%, so it's gone from 30 to 20. But if you don't have a shield to block it, it's so hard to not take 20 damage, especially when someone as skilled as Monty or Jjjosie is throwing it at you. So I would say, though, I've had a player say to me that he thinks that Monty has struggled dodging VRML shots. And he said that in a chat that I know Jjjosie frequents, so Jjjosie probably saw that. I've never known that to be a problem playing Monty, but maybe Jjosie's picking in the VRML for that particular point.
Not sure what our holdup is here. I believe Jjjosie has to re-host now, and so we're just trying to sort the technical... people! They do not listen to us at all.
Well, it gives us more time to speculate on this match. It's hard for me to talk about which one person I think is going to win because they're both EU players. The EU claimed Jjjosie last year. We're not giving him back. But I'd really like to see a new player like Monty. He's not even new. He's been playing for over a year now. But a new top player. Really cut into that. Turn that top 3 into a top 4, and see Monty do well here.
All right, just trying to sort out some technical issues here. People not quite understanding the process. I suppose it's my fault considering we haven't done a ton of Blaston casts, so maybe they don't really get how it works. But Jjjosie and Monty are no strangers to being on the camera, as like you said, they are top competitors in the space and definitely able to compete at a high level. Let's just see if they are. Oh man, let's see what they're up to here. Yeah, they're not listening to us. Oh, I think they've it looks to me like they're playing a game right now. I think they just started. Yeah, it was posted publicly, and I think they just started, even though I told them not to do this, and they had to wait. They know the process, so this is ridiculous.
Okay, you take over and do the custom while I get in.
Okay, we're into the game, I guess. I don't know, because the timer's not going, because I think I joined mid-round because they started without us. Sorry about this. We'll sort things out soon, I guess, but... looks like maybe they've stopped. I don't know what's happening. Maybe they were doing a test round, I think, but they were playing pretty competitively. I don't know really what's happening right now because I joined the lobby mid-round and it seems a little bugged to me. So I guess
we're just going to have to try and remember when they get hit. So both seem to have dodged most of the bullets at the moment. And yeah, I'm seeing some weird stuff with the hammer.
Yeah, it's hard for me to tell what's happening right now.
But you saw right there that Novanade directly to Jjjosie. just did a full 20 damage because he didn't have the shield ready to deal with it. So that's really paying dividends to Monty. And what you're going to see a lot from this is Monty is very, very good dodger. He's a very versatile player. He can kind of play both aggressively and defensively, but he's very hard to hit when he gets to the back of the podium. So if Jjjosie wants to do some damage to him, he really wants to be trying to bait Monty to the front of the podium and try and get him to go aggressive and then just meet him there and slap him with a Viper. After and over not doing the required damage, it seems.
Yeah, we're just gonna. Yeah, again, it's impossible for me to tell what's really happening in this round because I'm seeing damage go through onto Jjjosie, but they're at 0 health for me right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but it does look like Monty seems to be getting the better end of this deal. He seems to be landing a lot more damage on Jjjosie than Jjjosie does on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monty doesn't actually seem like he's taking much damage at all this fight to me. Yeah, he just took 10 there. But I think this at least this round could be a MontyBann win. Oh, he does take a lot of damage there. I think that's a Viper shot. So good games from Monty and Jjjosie. Let's try and okay. So they're swapping out. We're gonna have to get them to let us know who won that.
Yeah,
I think it was Monty. Let's see if I was right.
Played 2 rounds without. That's crazy that they went through 2 whole rounds without us. Sorry, folks. We're doing our best. It's not necessarily our fault, but we'll try and get a hold of these players so that they don't keep doing this. All right. I think we have things sorted for the next round. They understand the process here. So we should be catch that next one. I don't know who won. It looks like
Monty won.
Did. Yeah, 0-1.
Monty won 1-0.
So we will update that score line for you here.
My experience casting a bugged spectator client pays dividends there.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, from what we saw, it looked like, apart from a few very good shots from, I think I saw Jjjosie land 1 Raptor ellipse shot and 1 Viper ellipse shot. But Monty did seem to be fairly in control of that match. So I imagine Jjosie's probably going to switch out his build and perhaps mirror what Monty's bringing with the Luma Novanade. Because honestly, if I was Monty, if I was Jjjosie, I thought Monty might, perhaps I think Monty might bring a fun build and I can bring, fight for ellipse and have some fun. But no, Monty's come into this being like, I've got something to prove. I'm going to bring the most meta build possible. Let's go. And so Jjjosie should probably try and mirror that. Follow him.
All right. I think we have things sorted out here. I believe they understand the process. We can take a quick look at the loadouts here. Before we start, Cap, what are you seeing? Raptor, Ellipse, Luma, Hammernade, Novanade, Aegis Shield for Jjjosie. Monty coming in with the Novanade, Aegis Shield. Hammernade, Luma, Raptor, and Raptor Ellipse. Anything that stands out to you here?
Yeah, Jjjosie just proved me right, so thank you. They look fairly almost identical builds. I'm trying to work out what's different. I suppose there's the Raptor Ellipse attachment on MontyBann. I think he's bringing that Drunk Raptor, so it is faster but is less controlled. But other than that, pretty much mirror loadouts here. Double nade, Raptor Ellipse combo, and Luma Aegis. And that Aegis is being brought just to stop that Nova Nade. And a lot of this game is going to be trying to bait the Aegis shield so that you can then follow up with a Nova Nade and do 20 damage.
A big...
but Monty threw away an Aegis shield, and now Jjjosie can try and Nova, but...
Yeah, Monty connecting big with the Nova Nade there, and a nice opening for Monty. There's the power of the Luma connecting big on to Monty, chipping nicely back, and Jjjosie and Monty tied here in the first 30 seconds. The Nova Nade, I don't know if that was blocked on the back end, but Jjjosie does take some chip damage here as Monty dodging the Luma here, trying to set up for the attack with the Raptor. Ellipse there does not connect. Oh my gosh, and these nades are coming in quick. Like you said, the shift in meta to these Nova nades, they are really a powerful tool that these players really got to be cautious of. It really does shift your attention to rapidly look behind you, because that seems to be the tactic. Get the Nova nade behind the player to hit them. And there's another quick attack. Both Nova nades coming in, both missing.
Well, the other thing is if you can get it to pop so it's just next to your opponent, they've got pretty much most people do not have the reaction to get out of the way, even top players, because of the speed of it. Both Nova Nade and Straight Luma are, well, Nova Nade 1 and Straight Luma are the weapons which top players are calling out to be nerfed. So you can see that on display with why here.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, we are watching the top players in the region battling it out here, Monty and Jjjosie. You can look at those ratings. You don't get much higher than that in the Blaston space, and a great battle so far here. Glad that we've sorted our technical issues, because this is what we get when we tune in. 15 seconds left, and it is neck and neck, Cap. Jjjosie just a hair in the lead as the attack comes in from Monty on the backside. Chips away at Jjjosie here. The Luma comes in. Nice shield block to avoid the damage. 3 seconds left. Can they connect? Monty can't find anything. It's going to be Jjjosie by a, maybe what, 15 HP?
Yeah, maybe even just 10. But no, both players putting on an absolute show. Really top level blast on it. Really, for the whole game, looked like it could go either way, and it's just one Luma shot really is what would have clutched it out.
I mean, this is Jjjosie trying to come back here, right? Jjjosie down a set, as we unfortunately didn't catch that first set. Well, we did, I guess, the tail end of Monty winning that first game. And now Jjjosie trying to pick up a quick 1-2 in game number 2, tie things up 1 apiece. Nice dodge of the nade and the Raptor Ellipse. Doesn't even get tagged by the tossed bow there, so very minimal damage done. And there's the power of that Aegis shield, right, Cap? I mean, to block the Nova nade seems to be the main purpose of the Aegis.
Yeah. Also, I've seen Monty using it a lot to block the Hammer nade. I just want to say that Monty's nade placement is phenomenal. He's every single nade is going just behind Jjjosie. It's going up high enough that Jjjosie can't block it, but it's going behind him, so Jjjosie either has to basically just dodge blind or look behind him to see where it's coming from. And if he looks behind him, that's when he gets hit with the Luma.
I think he just threw a Nova nade. I didn't even see the Nova come out. It just hit Jjjosie right in the back as soon as it was deployed.
That's those close range Novas. Even if they're coming from the front, they're very hard to deal with.
Gosh, and the dodge work there from Monty. Jjjosie looking very good here in this round as they're chipping away at Monty's HP. Monty trying to connect with the straight Luma. The Aegis shield comes up to deny some of that damage. The double Raptor coming through here. Not connecting as Jjjosie shows that fancy footwork on the ground floor. Tries to connect with a Nova nade. I think that was block shotted by Jjjosie there.
I think this is Jjjosie's unless Monty can just hit a lot of Lumas, and that's not going to do it.
Hammer nade does some nice damage there. Monty only has 5 seconds left. Yeah, to your point, there's not a lot of resources coming in here that Monty can do damage with. The Luma's not going to connect, and Jjjosie is going to take game number 2. We are all tied up 1 apiece.
And Monty's dodge work and his drop blocking is excellent. And he's got very good setups, but I can't help but feel that when he gets put behind, Jjjosie can kind of lean on his experience just to maintain that lead. At least, that's a common criticism I've heard of Monty before. But make no mistake, these guys are incredibly good players. I don't know what sort of changes we're going to see. I think that their loadouts were pretty meta. The only thing I could think of is perhaps getting rid of the hammer nade, to maybe put in a hammer instead. But they seemed really effective, so it's going to be tricky.
I think we missed a little bit of that audio there. I do apologize again on the on my end, but we have sorted it now, so we can't get the scores. But we got the most of what you're saying there, Cap. So yeah, now we get to see what the adaptions are, right? What kind of shifts do you make tactically to try and get the one up? Because Monty has to change something in the kit, right? And it seems that the avalanche nade is coming in here. What are your thoughts on that piece of utility as one of the shifts for Monty here?
I am not a fan of the avalanche nade. I'd actually prefer to see something like the lance nade, the fast lance nade. It just puts on a little bit of chip damage and forces your opponent to move. It does serve the same purpose. It's the same cooldown. They're looking like they're swapping.
Okay.
But I do like Jjosie's pick of the Majestic Nade as well, though, because Majestic Nade's quite good for this because everything up until this point has been very fast. Get distracted by this, get distracted by the Nova, get distracted by the hammer, look the other way, and I'll try and get a quick Luma shot on you. Whereas the Majestic Nade does that exact same purpose, is 2 seconds less expensive from a cooldown perspective than the hammer nade, but also sticks around. So it's going to continue, warding off a part of Monty's podium and just make things a bit more difficult for him to dodge.
Yeah, to your point, we are doing a little bit of a lobby swap here. And we'll see if that helps out on any issues that they're seeing gameplay-wise. But, I mean, hey, when we talk about, an online environment, that's what we're playing in now, Cap. But there is something to be looking forward to here. VRML Con coming down the pipe June 3rd and 4th in Denver, Colorado. The top players from Blaston, NA, and EU region will be battling it out live on stage. If you qualify through our regular season and postseason tournament, you will be flown out to the event and have a chance to compete live on stage. So you can either go and attend, which is going to be an awesome event. There's going to be a lot to do. Obviously, a lot of esports to be watching there. And you can buy tickets at vrml.gg/LAN tickets right now. I mean, Cap, we've talked about it. I'm looking forward to the stage presence, and honestly, for the EU-NA sort of matchup and battle.
Yeah, I'm going to be there, and I think that both these players are most likely going to be there too, if I had to call it. I think it's going to be a really fun event, and the first proper big blast on LAN. So I think it's going to be amazing. I mean, it got me to purchase the plane ticket, so I'm sold.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I'm super hyped about it. A lot of tickets already sold, and obviously, if you buy a ticket, you get that Holiday Inn Express deal where it's like $139 a night over the course of the night. We've already sold, I think, over 40 rooms at the Holiday Inn, so it's going to be a pretty packed environment that's very VR esports focused, and so I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I think maybe Monty's waiting for me already. I gave it to the host, but either way, Monty and Jjjosie in lobby here. Cap, what are we seeing on the loadouts? Anything that stands out to you?
Again, just what I was saying before they did the lobby swap, because they're not allowed to change loadouts between them. We've just seen them both swap out that hammer nade. And rather than put the hammer, like I suggested, they put in different nades, the Majestic and the Avalanche. I'm much more of a fan of the Majestic in this situation, to be completely honest. Just because, it provides continuous pressure after it's landed. But it is easier to catch, because you have to put it fairly close to your opponent.
We have had a side swap worth noting. Monty is in blue, Jjjosie is in purple, and I do apologize for the sort of constant hum that we have in the background here. It looks like we also got an audio bug on our end when we joined. Someone was out of the zone. But yeah, we are seeing that. Gosh, that avalanche nade is an interesting choice there. Definitely interesting to see. But I'm more interested in that majestic nade that Jjosie's bringing in, and the zoning that's going to be doing, pushing Monty off of the front left corner now, but Jjjosie not able to follow up with much off of it. Do you see that being a tool that's going to be effective here in this series?
Yeah, absolutely. No, the main benefit of the avalanche nade is, sorry, not the avalanche nade, the majestic nade, is it sticks around. Right. You can see that there, but it is easier to catch because you do have to get it close enough to your opponent's podium that they can actually deal with it.
There it does connect. Right to your point, though, it did get close enough, right up on top of Monty. There's another great Nova nade. We're really seeing the nade coming in from Jjjosie here as being a key tool that seems to be chipping away at Monty.
But if that majestic nade, so that avalanche nade lands, it does serious damage. The one thing is, Jjjosie is not a player I'd use it against, because typically it's good against short players who go to the floor. Jjjosie doesn't tend to dodge to the floor. And the reason it's good is because when it hits the floor, it makes those beam cages, which means it turns the floor to lava for your opponent.
Yeah, it's that's a lot of consideration going in at the high level where you're calculating everything, how even the actual physical appearance and height of your opponent. And well, I mean, maybe it's a reason that Monty's not finding much success with it here, but they're trying. They're trying to shift something up. And I mean, that was a 2-minute round where both of them were above half health. that's if anything a great demonstration of the skill of both these players. The dodge as Monty gets chipped away big here.
Yeah, Jjosie's just really managing to deal with the Nova Nade Luma combo a little bit more effectively than Monty. So, if I was Monty, perhaps I would just go for a different build entirely in the next, because this mirror match isn't working for him. It worked for him in the first game, but that's because Jjjosie wasn't bringing it. But now they're kind of mirroring each other's builds. I would perhaps go for something slightly different. Just to throw your opponent off.
Right.
If you both know the game plan, then if one's winning, it might be best to change the game.
And I mean, Monty's definitely a player that can bring in a variety of loadouts. They have skills to pay the bills on multiple different kinds of tools and kits, and so definitely something that we could be seeing here coming in.
Yeah, infuriatingly, Monty can play anything. That boy has beaten me with all of the worst weapons in the game in queue. It's very embarrassing losing to a majestic, just a majestic, no majestic nade, just the worst gun in the game. But he can make it work.
That's what you get when you practice everything quite a bit. And again, when you get to the rating that both of these players are, it takes time, dedication, skill, a lot of winning, and finally some damage from Monty. It's been a while, it feels like, since Monty's connected onto Jjjosie, as Jjosie's really been dodging and using that Aegis shield just at the right moment. As we see now, Monty below half health, Jjjosie in the lead, looking to take game number 3 here. We are tied up 1 apiece, though, so we're at least going to 4 games in this best of 5 series. But it is, gosh, this is what you get out of top tier Blaston. Just good quality dodging, good utility, and a big chunk from that majestic nade that basically secures Jjosie's round and game win.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but halfway through, just before he picked up that last Luma, you failed to pick it back up, and it's very upsetting. I mean, it's especially upsetting when one of those shots probably could have got you either the win or got you close enough to the win that it's suddenly a game again in the last 20 seconds and you lose all of them. So that's unfortunate for Monty. But Jjjosie just winning this mirror when they're both doing the same builds. So I think that with someone with Monty's versatility, as you say, he can play anything.
Right.
Swapping it up is absolutely the right play here. It could mean that you lose more. That's always the case. But if it's not working in its current state, it's a risk you're going to have to take, in my opinion.
I see the hot debates going on in chat right now, Cap, about the about the balancing needed around some of these nades and the opinions of some.
I completely agree with all of. about whatever they're saying because I have no spine. I'll just go with the public opinion. Yeah, I'm with you guys. No, like, I mean, I think Nova Nade is definitely a bit unbalanced.
Well, it can be used by both. So at the very least, it's a hazard that both players have to be aware of. And I mean, we're seeing it as a tool here that is, well, being used quite effectively to get big damage. We are waiting now on a new lobby. I'm not sure exactly what the holdup is. Maybe something technical that they're dealing with, as maybe Jjjosie has to charge. We do have another series right after this, so a big shout out to the people that are waiting to jump into their matchup. That is going to be Mother of Dogs and Borkel Snort. Looking forward to getting into that series as well. You know, the idea being that me, Cap, Oolong, you're going to see more Blaston casts here as we get towards the back half of the season, because again, it's all about VRML Con and the hype that that's going to bring. I mean, that live event, Cap, I think of when I've seen it really on stage, you know, outside of maybe one or two events that's been hosted by Resolution Games.
Yeah, and seeing live Blaston is really fun. One of my favorite videos is the one that me and Slowed did, where we just fought each other in the same room in Greece.
Yeah.
And you know, you really, I think the main benefit of it is you just really get to see the exertion that players have to go through.
Yeah. I think the video that I'm most familiar with, I can't remember who it is, but it's someone in their attic that's basically using their entirety of their attic to move around. And I mean, this game, you know, we're gonna have a nice big stage. There's gonna be a lot of physical movement, especially when the pressure's on. I mean, Cap, it's gonna be some exciting stuff when we get to that Blaston portion on Saturday.
Yeah. No, also all the top players I know that I've spoken to are really looking forward to it. But let's get back into this game.
Yes.
It seems Monty's got rid of the Nova Nade, which I think was a bad choice. I think that Hammer Nade being a Nova Nade could have been better, but then perhaps he just thinks that Jjosie's been dealing with it too well. But he's brought in a HP Nova, and this is basically he's going to put in big purple orbs and try and hide behind them while Jjosie's got his Luma, essentially creating a wall around it, around him that can't be shot through.
Well, there's no Aegis Shield either for Jjjosie to be using here to deny these health Novas, although they do have that Vandal, which comes in from Jjjosie. That tool, that can be used to deny health Novas, right? Or is that not necessarily as effective?
It will deny 2.5 health Novas. The Vandal is 2 shot per Nova for a Vandal, for a HP Nova. A normal Nova, it will just destroy. But I think Jjosie's completely won this loadout swap, because no idea why he picked the Vandal. I love it. It's brilliant. But somehow predicting he's not going to deal with a Nova Nade and not bringing an Aegis. I mean, that's I wouldn't have been brave enough to do that. I don't think many players would. And I never run shield.
You're absolutely right. It really is. The Vandal is a big commitment. It's a prediction that this Nova Nade's not coming. That it's going to be a tool that they don't have to worry about, and they instead they basically call the health Nova coming in terms of them bringing the Vandal to counter it. Although I think an Aegis Shield would have also done the work too.
I think if a Nova Nade does come in, you know, Jjosie's good enough to shoot Nova Nades out the sky with a Vandal. But it's a bit harder to do. Vandals are very good at shooting nades out the sky, but I think Jjjosie, when he saw this HP Nova, just had a huge smile on his face, going, yes, this is the perfect game to bring the Vandal. Because the Vandal's good because it can just deal with HP Novas, whereas a shield, you need to have an additional gun. Because if you just throw a shield to a HP Nova, it's still got 20 HP left on that.
Oh my, huge chunk damage from the double Raptor nearly puts Monty back in it for round 1 of game number 4. This is now set point for Jjjosie. If they can take this win, they've got themselves the Series W. So Monty has to try and make this Health Nova work as that Nova Nade comes in, pushes Monty to the corner, and then a Luma shot connects.
Come on, Monty. Don't let your only wins on camera being a bugged spectator.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we missed that first round because I'm sure it would have been exciting. I mean, that had to have been a 2-round game win, so whatever they had going for them there, you know, they should have tried to replicate again. But just like you're talking about, there's a Vandal snipe of the Hammer Nade. We're not seeing that Hammer Nade be effective for Monty because Jjjosie is hitting it out of the air as a huge Nova Nade comes in. Monty gets absolutely chunked down, and this round is looking good for Jjjosie. They're looking to take the series as that Majestic Nade nearly comes down on the top of Monty's head, but stops just an inch short. And for now, Monty survives. The back minute coming through, dodging the Luma as Jjjosie steps all the way forward to the platform.
Yeah, this looks like Jjjosie's going to find it not too hard to close this game out, unless Monty gets a lot of damage very fast. Well, oh, that's going to do it. That out of bounds damage is going to make it very close. But Monty's got to dodge every single Luma coming in his way. If he gets hit by one, it's over, and he needs to still put on more damage. There's a huge turnaround there, but it's still not enough.
Just dodges the Nova Nade. Monty's still alive. Here's more zoning. The Luma gets barely avoided by Jjjosie. Just goes over the shoulder as another one zips by. Jjjosie sidestepping through the Health Novas. And the Vandal coming in here. A great dodge from Monty on the Nova Nade. 15 seconds left. That Majestic Nade zoning in. Monty, good floor work. Avoids it. Steps to the forward of the platform. Takes a bit of chunk damage, but it doesn't matter. They need to kill and get rid of Jjosie's HP bar here. The Lumas come through. The Hammer Nade misses. It connects on Jjjosie, and Monty takes it with 1 second left.
Oh, so many things went right for Monty, and so many things went wrong for Jjjosie that match. But Monty really played to his outs there. He didn't stress. He put down the Novas, set up the Hammer Nade, and followed up with Luma. That's exactly what he needed to do to win that. So very well played there.
If this is a look into what we're going to get for our postseason and for the potential at VRML COD, this is a amazing series. Monty is competing here. Had to do a little headset readjustment there as they're really moving and sweating and dodging all of the fire that Jjosie's putting in as a Luma connects. The Aegis Shield not up in time, and that's going to hurt Monty bad. 30 seconds in, and they're almost down to half health. There comes the Luma shots in. The Majestic Nade zoning them off, and Jjjosie has a nice, comfortable lead here. Again, just needs this round to take the whole set. Monty needs it to take us to a Game 5.
Yeah, I think that... I don't know if the Nova's particularly helping Monty as much as he might have thought. I think that even if he wins, he will be at least initiating a loadout swap after this game. But you know, again, he's back in the same. He's probably in a worse situation this round than he was last round. So he's got to somehow pull out the comeback he just did, the unexpected comeback twice in a row.
Needs to zone Jjjosie out of their zone. That's what really saved them in that last round, as Jjjosie took big out-of-bounds damage, and Monty, well, they have to set it all up. Here comes the setup. The Health Novas are stage 1, and Vandal's trying to deny that. Like you said, it's good to deny 2 Health Novas plus a little bit, and so they try to juggle the Vandal to use it for a later date, to deny that Hammer Nade off to the side as it doesn't quite connect, and a little bit of chip damage is done. Jjjosie does take some, but it's not enough. They need more than some. They need big damage here from Monty as Jjjosie chips away just a little bit more. 15 seconds left on the life of Monty here to try and take this series.
I just don't know where the damage is to come from here. I think he needs to hit every single Luma, and that's not going to be enough.
Nope,
but
not
very well
gonna
played.
Connect. What a stellar series to tune into here. It is going to be Jjjosie taking the full series 3-1 at the end of the day. Glad we tuned into this one, but it's been 15 minutes now that the other two have been waiting for us to get to. Your short words here, Cap, on this series and maybe what we can look forward to for the rest of the season.
I thought this was an amazing match. I didn't know how Monty was going to do against Jjjosie, and it's really good to see Jjjosie coming in here and showing that, you know, Monty still has some way to climb before he can be in that really top Elite 3 group. But I don't think it's too long before Monty's going to be, you know, the top 4. It's going to be a top 4 Blaston player club rather than a top 3. I really think that Monty's one of the best players in the world. I mean, he is one of the best players in the world, and soon will be able to rival the likes of Jjjosie, Tesseract, and 24 in competitions. I mean, he's already been, you know, giving Tesseract some pain in VRML season.
That's Monty's first loss this season. They've been 12-0 all season. That's their first loss.
Well, I mean, if you're going to lose to someone, Jjjosie is not a bad person to lose. And if anyone's just watching Monty for the first time here, if you want to watch a game just to show how good he is, you can watch him absolutely annihilate me last week, where I was throwing guns at him so I wouldn't get flawless. He was beating me with meme builds like Bounce Nova because that wasn't a challenge. They are incredible players, and that's why I love this game. There's such a high skill ceiling and huge depth of skill that you can get so good with this game without ever really plateauing.
What a series to tune into here, but we're getting ready for our next one, so don't go anywhere. We're going to go to a brief break, and when we come back, more Blaston. Well, pretty good Saturday morning, if I had to say so. So, again, more coming at you in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for patiently waiting for our next matchup. Mother of Dogs versus Borkle Snort. Should be an interesting one. Both players in lobby and ready to go. So let's take a look at the loadouts coming in from both players. Mother of Dogs going to be running an Aegis Shield, Viper Ellipse Nova, Raptor Majestic Nade, and Raptor Ellipse, and Borkle Snort taking the Raptor Hammer Viper Ellipse, Majestic Nade, Hammer Nade, and Lance Nade. Interesting choice. And do bear with me here as I do just get make sure that they are aware and ready to go. I've given them the go-ahead, so they can start their round whenever they are both ready. And you can see Mother of Dogs giving the fans, the crowd, a little wave, a little friendly hello. And yeah, I think we are going to hop into the start of this series. All 0-0. As you can see, both players putting in the time so far. Borkle Snort in chat identified as an up-and-comer in the space. Mother of Dogs, one of the top contenders in the VRML. And we'll see how this battle unfolds as we see that Health Nova coming in, just like we saw last round, doing a nice job of zoning Borkle, but Borkle stepping up, doing damage. There's a big connection on the Viper Ellipse as the Majestic Nade comes in off the backside, trying to push Mother of Dogs to the front of the zone. Borkle Snort getting hit heavy here is finally some chip damage on the back of Mother of Dogs, and Borkle Snort not able to dodge the full onslaught in round one here coming through as they try to attack Mother of Dogs. The best offense, or the best defense is a good offense, is a saying. Some could say the best offense is a good defense. It depends on what you want to go with. As the juggle master, Borkle Snort comes in here, the triple juggle, as the Lance comes in off the backside, trying to demonstrate the full effectiveness of the nades as the Health Novas hit big. Borkle Snort not able to get underneath those. The Viper Ellipse misses wide from Mother of Dogs, and Borkle needs one of these to connect if they want to have a chance at coming back. They get their hands up to dodge that Majestic Nade, but it puts them in a precarious position as Borkle puts on more pressure, more nades coming in. The Health Nova's doing big damage, and finally, Mother of Dogs chips down onto Borkle Snort's HP, and I wonder if we're going to get a loadout swap from Borkle Snort, if we're just going to go right in to our next series here, because that was a solid start for Mother of Dogs, and if anything, I would imagine you'd look for a shift in loadout here.
3, 2, 1.
They want to try their hand at it again, confident in the set they brought. The juggling of the nade is going to be a key element to hitting Mother of Dogs with a full onslaught of utility. Majestic Nade comes in, they dodge all of the Health Novas, and so far Borkle takes minimum damage. Majestic Nade on the back does a good bit of chip damage, dodging the Viper Ellipses. Getting zoned here, and a nice bit of work on the outside. Only takes minimum damage from that Raptor, but still hasn't managed to chip down onto Mother of Dogs. There's the Lance Nade to zone Mother off into the corner, but Borkle Snort gets chipped away again. Mother of Dogs stepping forward whenever Borkle Snort tries to set up the offensive push. Great denial of that Viper Ellipse using the nade, and Borkle completely zoned into the back of their play space. Mother of Dogs gets pushed to the right. There's nothing for Borkle to follow it up with. A big Viper Ellipse shot connects. We're definitely seeing the potential of Borkle to be able to contest against Mother of Dogs here, but Mother of Dogs nearly acing this one, and Borkle can't dodge through the full zoning onslaught. Another round into the pocket of Mother of Dogs here.
3, 2, 1. Blaston.
Game 2 looking good. Well on the way to a series set here as the triple juggle comes through. The zoning of the Lance onto the backside pushes Mother of Dogs into the corner. And big chip damage on from Borkle Snort. Finally, the combo coming to fruition here, and now they have a lead. How long will it be maintained? We've seen good play from Borkle Snort, from Mother of Dogs to chip away onto Borkle here throughout the course of this series, but we're finally seeing the juggling coming to fruition. There's a Viper Ellipse, and that's all Mother of Dogs needed to get back into the lead. Avoids the Raptor, gets tagged by the hammer. The Lance comes in for zoning, and that was a great 1-2 combo that was dodged very nicely by Mother of Dogs, avoiding that Lance nade. Viper Ellipse comes in from the bottom. Big damage from the Majestic Nade coming through from Mother of Dogs, and the Viper Ellipses don't connect for Borkle Snort.
1 minute.
A sliver of HP keeps them alive here in the back half of round number 2 and game 2. That sliver not going to be enough. That's going to be 4 rounds into the pocket of Mother of Dogs. And I wonder if Borkle is aware of their options to swap out loadouts if they want to try and change something here. We've seen some players that have come into the league not even really aware of the option that they're able to adjust their loadouts mid-series. Borkle Snort, whether they know they can or don't want to, they're going to continue through here with this loadout. They nearly made it work in that last round against Mother of Dogs. They're going to try and make it work here again as Dog is pushed over to the far right side of their play space. The Viper Ellipse tries to connect, and Borkle Snort working all the way around their play space, avoiding the full zoning properties of this Health Nova. The problem is Borkle doesn't have a whole lot of means to counteract the zoning of Mother of Dogs. Great lance that does connect there on the Mother of Dogs. Does put Borkle up into a lead. Found themselves lead again, but not a big one. And they have to go through a big majestic nade. A triple lance does seem to connect onto the back of Mother of Dogs, though. Puts them at nearly half health, and Borkle nearly in this one. Steps forward to the front of the play space, does big damage. The Health Nova connects onto the hand of Borkle Snort as they try and toss out the nade, and Mother of Dogs with less than half health and a minute left on the round puts themselves at set and series point. A big round that Borkle has to come back from here. Oh, and a nice opening. Chips away Mother, but Borkle gets tagged by Viper Lips as the Health Nova's doing big damage here. The juggling causing a lot of drawing a lot of focus from Borkle, and while that's happening, you're seeing Mother of Dogs timing things just right with their Viper Lip shots coming through. They're really connecting onto Borkle while they're distracted, and that's going to be the series. That's going to be Mother of Dogs taking all 6 rounds in a 6-0 win. A quick series W into their pocket, and a nice attempt from Borkle Snort. Ultimately, not quite enough to get them a round, but they're still chatting and enjoying the lobby time together. They may even play another set just because they're having a good time, but either way, happy that we are able to drop in and cast it, and happy that we caught 2 good games here this afternoon. Shout out to everyone that tuned in and dropped by. If you are new here, hit that follow button. We're going to be doing a lot more casts throughout the course of this season of Blaston, especially leading up to VRML Con. It's going to be awesome. So do be sure, if you haven't already, we'll put it up again. Get your tickets. Head on over to vrml.gg/land tickets right now. You can buy your ticket to the event. You can qualify if you win. If you want to join the league, you can right now. You're going to have to climb up a pretty hefty ladder, as there are plenty of people playing in the league this season. But either way, should be a good time. Do check it out. You can go to vrml.com/Blaston. But that's all we have for this afternoon. I think we may try and put up some games tomorrow, or at the very least, like I said, next week. So hit that follow button if you haven't already. That'll be it for us. For me, shout out to Kat for joining us on Game 1. But like I said, until next time, stay classy.
Season 2 of VRML Blaston is brought to you by Resolution Games, HyperX, Asterion Products, VR Cover, Arma.gg, Kiwi Design, and VRware.net.